What's up, everyone, and welcome to the first episode in the Quebec Lions franchise mode. Today, we'll be getting through the expansion draft as well as the free agency period. So yeah, let's jump right on into it. I'll showcase the jerseys for all of you, and yeah. Alright guys, just before we begin, I want to showcase our jerseys very quickly. So it says we're just the Arizona Coyotes. I just did that. So, if we had to sub into the league, good. But there's our logo. I think it looks really cool. I believe it's an ECHL logo, but, it works for what we're going with. So here's our home jersey. I think it looks really, really cool. I think it looks really clean. Obviously, there's a mock-up in the thumbnail that you guys probably have seen, but yeah, that looks very cool to me. I think it looks great, honestly. But next up, here's the away. I think this one looks very, very clean as well. I'm really, really proud of how these jerseys came out. And yeah, you got I'm really proud of how these jerseys came out. Yeah, and here's the alternate jersey. I don't know if I love the logo on the chest, but I think it's a very cool jersey. Other than that, so yeah, let's get right on into the video. Hopefully you guys like the branding. If you want me to change anything, just let me know in the comments and I will try my best. Alright, so just before the draft begins, I do want to showcase our AHL team really quickly. So it's called the Atlanta Firebirds. This is the arena. I think it looks really, really nice with that wooden roof. But yeah, I'll jump in and show you the jerseys here. So this is going to be the home jersey. I'm really, really proud of this one. I think it looks really, really nice. And yeah, this is the away jersey, and didn't really touch up on the alternate too much, so don't look at that. But yeah, I think I'm really proud of the rest, and let's just jump on into this draft. All right, so next up we have the division realignment. Obviously, we're going to go in the Atlantic Division, same one as the Montreal Canadiens, future rivals perhaps, but I'm actually going to cheat a little bit here, and I'm going to put Detroit back in the Central because I really do not want to have 9 teams in our division. But other than that, I think we're ready. In terms of settings, I'm just going to turn off owner mode. I'm going to turn off add contract year, and head coach at Alliance is going to be off, but I think the rest are okay. And yeah, we're going to head on into it like that. So in this part, I'll be doing the expansion draft, the entry draft, and the free agents as contract renewal. And then I'll showcase the team. And so, yeah. So let's get straight on into the expansion draft with that. And yeah, we're going to have a lot of good options here. Hopefully we can get some good players. But yeah, let's head on into it. Alright, so we gotta look for a mixture of AHL guys and NHL guys, and hopefully we can get some young AHL guys that maybe can develop into something. And yeah, so Anaheim Ducks, I think there's a couple options for us here. Obviously Lucas Dostal, he's 81 at 22, so he's got some good potential there. Could probably grow for us, but I think I'm gonna have another goalie in mind here, and I'm gonna go with Brandon Tracy as our first pick in the entry draft. He's going to be a good AHL first, second line for us here. He's 22 years old, so he could definitely develop into something and, hopefully makes the team in 1 or 2 years. All right, so Arizona's kind of another team that doesn't have that many options, but I think it's a little better here because we're going to get, another first or second line AHL guy here that could develop into something. I think he's a year younger, so hopefully he has that growth that we need, and hopefully he can make the team in the same time, about 1 to 2 years. Hopefully we're going to go Yannick, I think is how you say his name. All right, so Boston, one of the teams where there's actually a few good options here on both the forwards and the defense, but there is a great option here, a 90 overall Jeremy Swayman. We're going to have to renew his contract, unfortunately, but I don't think it's going to be for too much. So, yeah, we're going to grab Jeremy Swayman right here. All right, next up for Buffalo, another one where there is some options here. I think we could definitely go Clifton here. We could definitely go Olofsson, but I've been taking some young guys, and I think I'm going to continue that trend with Tyson Jost. Maybe our third or fourth line type center here. All right, so Calgary, they do have a good option in Chris Tanev. I don't know why he's not on the Dallas Stars yet. I thought I did all the free agent trades, but apparently I did not, so I should probably fix that. But just because of that, I won't take him, and I will go for another young goalie here, so in Dustin Wolf. So our goaltenders are going to be really good. Next up, we got the Carolina Hurricanes, who obviously have Jake Gensel, but I don't know how realistic that is. So, you know what? I'll just to be safe, I won't take him here, unfortunately. I'm gonna say no to that, and I'm gonna say Brett Pesci's probably gonna be off the table in a real draft as well. But Orlov is not. Orlov is good. Brady Shea is good. You know what? I think we're gonna have to go Shea on this one. I think Team Tivu Teravainen. I don't even know how to say his name. But I think he's gonna want a little too much in the contract renewal stage, so I will go Brady Shea on this one, and we're gonna get our good maybe first line defenseman here. Obviously, we're gonna see. So for Chicago, I was thinking we go Nick Foligno, but I saw that salary extension, and I just think that's a little too rich for me, so I'm gonna go Anthony Pavillier instead. Now, Colorado is a very, very good one. I think, you could definitely go Drew, and I believe he's from Quebec, so that could definitely be a cool little aspect. But, we need a center here. We need a number one center for the year, and I think that's going to be Casey Middlestad. Now, for Columbus, it's another team where they don't really have that many options at all, really. But I do like Adam Buquist here. He's on 2.6 for 2, and he's got low elite potential, so maybe he could develop into something. He is an 80, but I think on a third or second pair he could really develop. Now with Dallas, it's a team where they actually do have a lot of options here. You could probably go any one of these players and be good, but I was thinking Matthew Shane maybe, but I think he'll want a little too much. So I think I'm going to go Travis Hartley on this one. He's 21 and he's already 84. So, probably going to be a defenseman of the future. And we are looking good in terms of defensemen. Detroit, they don't have too many options. I mean, they got a few 84s, but they're both pretty old. And we're probably okay on defensemen right now. So I think I'm going to go Daniel Sprong on this one. He's only 26 and an 83, and he's an RFA, so he's going to be on the team for at least another year. For the Oilers, I was thinking Adam Henrique, I was thinking Sam Gagner, but I think I'm actually going to go Oliver Rodrigue. I know we got some good goalies, but I'm definitely going to... Hey guys, Future Cheddar here. Sorry, my mic cut out, so I'm going to do my best to try and reenact what I said. But yeah, so for Florida, there's a couple options here. There's Tarasenko, obviously. There's Forsling, who's not too bad. But I think the clear option here is Montour. He's going to have that veteran presence. He's going to round out that D corps, be our clear-cut number one D for at least a couple of years here. And hopefully we can sign him to a good contract. But yeah, that's going to do it for Florida. So we're going to move on to LA Kings here. They're another team with a lot of good options, but I think we got to go Alex Turcotte on this one. He was picked 5th overall back in 2019. So, he has that potential. He's young, so he can still develop into something, and he's going to be an RFA. So, if he doesn't work out in the NHL, it's not the end of the world. We're not going to lose him on waivers or something like that. So I think we're going to be picking up Alex Turcotte here. All right, from Minnesota, originally I was thinking Marcus Foligno, but I did see that extension, and it just kind of turned my eyes away. I really don't want to be paying this 31-year-old $4 million until he's 35. So I think we're going to go a different direction. I think we're going to pick John Merrill. He has a good contract. He's on a $1.2 million deal for the next 2 years. He is a bit old, but I think as a bottom pairing guy, he's going to fit well in with the team. So for Montreal, really all of our options here are very limited because Montreal's top players that they have available are on really, really bad deals. Like you can see Anderson and Dvorak there. I just really do not want to be paying them that much, and it's Armia as well. Just bad contracts all around. So I think we're going to have to go young again. That's why we're going to be picking up Jesse Loinen, I think is how you say that name. But another RFA, another young guy that could play in the NHL, French NHL guy that we're really, really needing. A lot of young guys on this team to cancel some of the old guys like Nyquist, who we're going to be picking up from the Nashville Predators. I was thinking Shen, but I just think that with our stacked decor already, I don't really think that it's worth it to pay him $3 million just to sit on the bottom line. So yeah, from the New Jersey Devils, we're going to actually pick up another young prospect. New Jersey doesn't really have a ton of options, so I think Nolan Foote, another first rounder here, is going to be a great option for us. I can't stress enough, we got to pick these young guys that could develop into something rather than these old 35-year-olds who only have 1 year left, especially if we're not going to be competing this year. The New York Islanders, I think it's okay. I think we have the cap room. I think we got to go Anders Lee. We don't really have that power forward just yet that we're going to need. And he's going to bring some, leadership and mentorship to the room that is also needed. So another guy that could wear the C for us here. Hopefully he can, and hopefully he's worth that extremely big cap hit that we are taking. From the New York Rangers, there's a couple options here. There's some good centers here. You got Keandre Miller. Again, I don't know how realistic that is, that they would not protect him. But like I said earlier, you got 3 good centers here. But I don't know if we're going to take a center at all here. I kind of like Braden Schneider. I think adding a young defenseman to this stacked core is going to be good. Maybe he can play some second pair, some third pair for us. He's already an 82. So the Ottawa Senators, I don't know how realistic Ridley Gregg being available is. So I won't take him on this one. I will take the guy right below him though. And that's going to be Dominic Kubalik. Next up for the Flyers, I will be taking Zaid Wisdom, another guy who is going to be in the AHL for a couple of years, but has that young age that we definitely are going to need because some of our guys are really old. And in the Pittsburgh Penguins, we are going to draft another old guy in Riley Smith. He's been on the expansion team before, so obviously knows how to get it done. He's an 84, so hopefully he can play first line for us in our first year. Next up, the Sharks, they have a lot more options than I thought they would. But I think we're going to have to go Philip Zadina on this one. I really do like the young guys he was picked pretty early on in the draft, 6th overall. I was going to go Joel Hofer for the St. Louis Blues, but, I think we have some great goalie options already. So I will go with Tyler Tucker. He's going to be a fringe NHL guy for us. He's 23 years old, so yeah, like I said, I've been drafting a lot of young guys, but hopefully he can do some damage here. Now Chernak, I feel like we do got a lot of defensemen already, so I won't take him. One position that we don't really have a lot of is wingers, so I'm gonna go Anthony Duclair on this one. Hopefully he can play third or second line for us in our first year and do something. All right, another third or second liner is going to be Max Domi, heading over from the Toronto Maple Leafs. A good center. We don't have a lot of great forwards just yet, so I think he's going to really help us out here. I'm going to have to take a defenseman. All right, not a ton of options here. I do like this guy. I'm not even going to attempt his name, though. He's a 79 at 22. So it's gonna be our AHL starter. I know we said Rodrigo was gonna be, but I just think that's too good of an opportunity to. If something would happen to one of Wolf or Swayman, I think he can definitely come and back up the others. So for sure we're gonna be taking him. All right, from the Vegas Golden Knights, we have a lot of great options here. I don't know how realistic Marchessault is, but hey, I've gone realistic this whole video, so I think we're going to be taking him. I believe he is from Quebec as well. So, another guy who could potentially be a captain for us. But yeah, that's a no-doubter pick there. That's fine. I will go Alexander Alexiev, I think. Is how you say that. So, Yeah, another French NHL AHL guy. Definitely could trade him if need be. Now for the Winnipeg Jets, gonna have to make another defenseman pick here. Not too sure who exactly to go with. I think I'll go with Dylan Sandberg for us. So yeah, really rounding out that decor. And yeah, there we go. And there's our expansion draft. There's our team if you want to take a look at it. Here's everybody we picked if you don't remember. But yeah, do you think I made the right picks? Do you think this is at all realistic? Do you think this is going to be a good team? Let me know down in the comments before we move on to the draft and the signings. So let's go. All right, so let's get to the draft here. So we do have some good prospects here. Maybe we can trade up for the third overall because I think there might just be a steep drop off in the prospects. Hopefully there's not, but we can always trade away our prospect because the 2024 draft is pretty good and there's some good guys. Oh my, we have the second overall pick. Okay, so we're gonna sim that here. And now we got some options here. I think we're gonna have to go. I think we're gonna go this guy here, medium elite potential. All right, so now we're gonna. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. We're probably just gonna trade him away. Like I said earlier, as he's probably not gonna make the team. But oh my goodness, elite, medium elite, lefty. Let's see if this guy's actually medium elite. 70. Alright, you guys probably don't care about me drafting a bunch of nobodies, a bunch of AI generated guys, so I'll just leave it at that. There's who we drafted if you guys are interested, but I don't think any of them are real players. But whatever. Anyway, now it's time to extend our contracts. And the first contract that is probably the most important here, Jonathan Marchessault. He wants 8.275 for the next 4. You know what? I don't think I can do that, but I think that 7.5 is more than fair for him, so we're going to offer him that. Next up, Brandon Montour wants 6, only 6. So if we can get him for even 5.5, would be an absolute steal. So hopefully he says yes to that. Casey Middlestat wants 5.2, so I'm going to offer him 5. I'll offer him 4.85. Let's see if he says yes to that. Travis Hartley is another important one. He only wants 4, so I'll offer him 4 million for 6. Another pretty great deal. In terms of goalies, Jeremy Swayman is another important one here. So I will try 6.5 for the next 4. And yeah, let's do Brady Shea here. Again, he does want quite a bit, but I think I can handle that. So, Swayman says yes, Shea says yes, Middlestat says yes, Harley says yes, Montour says yes, Domi says yes, and Marchessault says yes. So, everybody that we offered said yes, which is really, really good. Now, I'm curious to see how much cap space we'll actually gonna have here. So, let's just see. 21 million, that's not bad, that's not bad. I think we can sign most of our guys at least. So, Dustin Wolf's an important one. Only going to sign him for about 1 year just because I don't really want to give him too much money right away. And I also do want to sign him long term if he develops into something. So those two are going to get offered a contract. We actually don't have too many expiring, so I'm just going to get all of the RFA, like AHL guys out of the way. All right, so I just did all of that. Now it's time for Philip Zadina. Let's offer him 1.5 for 2. Hopefully he says yes to that. Same thing with Jost. Let's see. Hopefully he can do that one as well. Kubalik here. He's asking for a lot, so I'm just going to wait on that one. Villiers is actually asking for a lot as well, so I'm going to wait on him again. I'm going to say we can get him for 2.15 for the next 5. That's perfect. So, who said yes? Alright, so everybody says yes to that. Now we only have just a few remaining, so let's see how much is Sprong want here. 2.75. It's not bad. I'm going to offer you 1 year at 2.5. Duclair is going to get... Wow, he does want a lot of money, but hey, we can afford it for 1 year, and then we'll reevaluate. Guys said yes, so now we're down to just 2 here. I think Bavilier is probably the most important of the 2. So we're going to offer him 3 years at 2.25. And Kubalik, I'm just going to offer, I'm actually, I think you're too expensive for me, so I think we're just going to leave her at that. I think we're going to release him, make sure no one else is left. All right, perfect. So that's going to be all of our free agency moves. I'm going to see who's available at free agency. I don't really think we're going to make a huge splash, but it's nice to see. So we actually got a lot of good players here available, but we do need a center here. So maybe we go Druin, and Druin can play a role on this squad. I think we can offer him that. We'll see what he says to that. I don't really think we need anybody else really, unless I see a young guy. But I think we're pretty good. Okay, let's see him to the next season. Hopefully, Druin says yes. Perfect. I'll make the lines and then we'll end this part. But yeah. All right, so just finished up the lines here. So our first line is going to be Riley Smith with Casey Middlestat and Jonathan Marchessault. Our next line is going to be Jonathan Drouin, Max Domi, and Anders Lee. We're going to have Anthony Beauvillier with Alex Turcotte and Anthony Duclair. And finally, our last line, or our fourth line, is going to be Daniel Sprung, Tyson Jost, and Gustav Nyquist. And our defense pairs are Thomas Hartley paired along Brandon Montour. That could really do some damage here. I'm surprised they didn't get any chemistry, but maybe it grows over the year. Anyway, our next line is Braden Schneider along with Brady Shea. And final pair, John Merrill with Adam Boqvist. And if you care about the power play, here's our first one. Here's our second one. And penalty kills, I'll just show you them really quickly here. And our extra lines are that. And finally, our goldies are Jeremy Swayman and Dustin Wolf backing him up. So yeah, I mean, I don't think we're going to be a bad team. I don't think we're going to be great though. So yeah, if you care about the captains, I will show you that as well. Oh. All right, so here's our jersey numbers and our captains here. I think everyone is wearing their preferred number, but we have 3 alternate captains. Not going to name one just yet, but it's going to be Marchessault, Nyquist, and Anders Lee. And yeah, those are all the numbers. So that's going to do it for this part. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to stay tuned. I'm not sure when part 2 will come out, but we'll be simming the entirety of our first season in the league. Hopefully either we don't do so well and we can get a great draft pick, or hopefully we can do really well and make the playoffs. But I'll be showcasing our first game in that video. And yeah, so hopefully we can do some damage. Here's our first look at Jonathan Marchessault in game. Again, these are our home jersey, our alternate jersey, and our away jersey. So our first game is going to be against the Edmonton Oilers. Make sure to stay tuned. Make sure to leave your thoughts in the comments below if you think, I should have drafted a player that I didn't. If I should make any trades, I will read all the comments and make sure to listen to you guys and do my best I can to make this team great. So yeah, there we go. Thanks guys so much for watching, and that's going to be all for me today.